My name is Rhapsody and welcome back to Slay the Spire. It is time to not daily climb because I've just done that. Move that down. It's time for a silent run. Another try, don't mind if I do. Ooh. I don't like losing 50% of my max HP as this character. And random rare cards are typically kind of garbage for the silent, but maybe they define our run. Like, some of the random rare cards are just not at all good. But you know what? Let's take a gamble. Tools to trade, okay. That's a really good basis for a discard deck. And it means that Sneaky Strike will always be active unless I draw into it for some reason. Yeah, there's a lot to like there. I'll try and play around with it. Give me discard benefit cards, please. But more than that, give me discard benefit relics. I'm looking at you, Tough Bandages Tincture. How hard do I want to go into the discard synergy? Because usually I would just take a Cloak and Dagger here as a nice card. I'm still going to take it because we do have elites that we're going to have to fight at some point. I should probably also just take an impact card to keep me alive while I'm trying to fight that elite. 3 strikes. Ooh. That's okay though. 2 strikes in the next hand, we got the kill. Beautiful. Yeah, those ones aren't even that impactful. Ooh, boy. Alright, we get to offer a card here. Probably best to offer a defend, because we've already got a Cloak and Dagger in the deck, which is effectively like a better defend for us. Please give me a good card at the end of this. Like, just, please? I'm gonna make sure that I play the tools and trade there, just so that I can get back to my neutralize a lot faster than I otherwise might. Because neutralize is great against this enemy. So is Survivor, in fact. Alright. Enemy's not attacking. Drop anything that isn't damage. Thank you, neutralize. Saving me from 6 damage there for 0 energy. I just have to take the Noxious Fumes because I have no impact right now. This fight's gonna be rough. I'm gonna be here for a while, so I can't really enrage you yet. Oh boy. Whew. Ha. Not good. Thank you for the repeated neutralizers. And this turn. Hey, beautiful. That was rough. Juzu Bracelet. Regular enemy combats are no longer encountered in question mark rooms. I guess I could put Dagger Throw in here as just a bit of damage. Works into the discard draw build. It's still super essential that I find just something to do with my deck. What if I take Omamori card removal? We don't really play out our hand that often. Multiple Stab's likely not going to be useful. Footwork would be useful, but I've done that build, like the Footwork Noxious Fume build, so many times. I'm trying not to. We don't really have support in this build, other than, like, Cloak and Dagger for hard synergy with Vajra or anything like that. How about I take Omamori so that I can do the events, right? Because the Jutsu Bracelet means I'm no longer going to encounter enemy combats in question mark rooms, which means I'm going to get more events. Those events oftentimes offer you a curse and a positive, and this will allow me to take that, and then I'll remove another card from my deck. I was really hoping for a discard synergy in there. You can now dig for loot at rest sites. All right, well, now I know how I'm going to be handling my life. As soon as I realized I couldn't have killed that frontliner, I shouldn't have even tried. I should have just been focusing on the backliner. Mm-hmm. This is actually kind of set up perfectly. The backline is going to die in its own time. I get to now target on the frontliner. Beautiful. Fire potion for me. None of those, though. Let's move a card from my deck. Don't mind if I do. We're going to be removing a lot of aggression because a lot of our damage is going to be provided by the Noxious Fumes. Beautiful. As a result of the inevitability of Noxious Fumes, we can spend this entire fight trying to defend ourselves. Woo! We actually managed to perfectly defend ourselves that turn. That's an unlikely thing for us to be able to do, mind. Because we need, like, neutralize or just something that powerful. Neutralize or weaken or both. I really don't want to lose any more health here. So I can only block for 13 this turn, but then my enemy probably dies the turn after. Alright, fine. I was thinking about going all out aggressive and then throwing a firebomb. Which you can see I obviously went against. Dreamcatcher, whenever you rest, you may add a card to your deck. Kind of garbage, but block potion. Gain 12 block. Don't mind if I do. Again, none of those, though. Deck isn't getting better at the rate I'd really hope. I don't want you to run away with my money, so I'm going to let you deal 1 damage to me so that I can deal 6 more to you. This turn is all aggression. Beautiful. Now the enemy is going to die in time. Hell yeah. Even if we get no damage. We did end up getting damage, but the enemy still dies in time, thankfully. Got a strength potion. Nice. I hate when I get... like... when I get offered a lot of discard synergy cards, I'm like, I can't take this yet. I don't have any support for a discard deck. And then as soon as I have support for a discard deck, no discard synergy cards show up. I'm sad about it. I'm trying. I am. I really am. Okay. Beautiful. I'm glad I don't need the fire potion because I may need it in the final fight depending on how I decide to handle it. Toxic Egg. Whenever you add a skill card to your deck, it is upgraded. That is really handy. Because of that, I may pick up that backflip. Just because it immediately upgrades. Like here I am super greedy. I want to dig, for example. That's what I want to do. I'm going to rest, but I want you to know that I really want to dig. Concentrate is interesting. It's a discard synergy card, but it's a discard synergy card from the wrong direction. I have the ability to discard stuff. What I need is a benefit from discarding stuff. This is the ability to discard stuff. Not really helping me. Alright. Wee bit of a weak hand right there. Ouch. No good draws were available, it seems. Enemy's gonna pop next turn anyway, so I need to do as much damage as possible, which means, of course, that I am going to get no aggressive cards. Yikes. We might die here despite my choice to rest. We are! We're gonna die here! Holy shit, I can block 6 maximum. The frontliner is... I can't pop the frontliner even with 2 attacks. The backliner isn't popped yet either. I would have to throw 1 strike at the backliner to pop it, to prevent that 11, and then start striking the... I'm dead. Wow. Wow. I'm glad I rested there. Just so that people couldn't look at that and go, Rhapsody, you would have survived if you rested. No, it turns out I wouldn't have. You know what I may have actually survived, though? If I had, like, plated armor or orichalcum from digging. Good gosh. Well, all these are kind of garbage. Let's go with the random boss relic. Oh. Specimen. Whenever an enemy dies, it transfers any poison it has to a random enemy. Alright. Guess this one's a poison build. Done a fair few of those recently, but I'm kind of always keen. Strike, double defend. That one's pretty obvious turn. I don't know why it took me a second there to think about it. Actually, I do know why it took me a second to think about it. It's because my brain is slow. It's early in the morning for me, by which I mean it's 8:20 at night. That's my early morning because I live my life on the wrong schedule. Hmm. 2 strikes and a neutralize does kill. So unless one of the strikes or the neutralize is on the bottom of the deck, I was going to be able to pull out lethal that turn. Nope, none of it. Get me poison. Every time I say none of it, I think about it for a second. It sounds like the name of a city to me. Like a rural Canadian city. None of it. It may actually be. Okay, so crippling poison is one of the weakest ways to apply apply poison. Because it's 3 and then you upgrade and it's 5 and it's 2 cost. I can't take that. It's not a good poison card at all. It's a garbage card. It is a garbage card for garbage people. It's a nowhere place, it's a no one thing. What's that a reference to? I can't remember. Okay. I'll take deadly poison. I'll do that. I'll throw myself on that grenade, but I am not going for crippling poison. Deadly poison upgraded to 6 for 1 energy. While I do value weakness, I don't value it highly enough to pay way too much for it. my god. Now I get all the fucking sneaky strikes. I just had a discard build before. It's okay, Ryan. It's okay. It's not. Unfortunately, with the default deck, like, almost every elite can just dunk me out of existence. So I'm gonna have to now dodge them. Fuck this. Oh, this hurts. This hurts in a unique way. You're kidding me. You're gonna run away with a bunch of my money. There's nothing I can do about it. Yep. Thanks. Bye, bottom card. I was hoping the bottom card was a strike because it would allow me to complain more. I know I removed a strike from my deck, by the way, which makes my deck tend more defensive in a deck that is already more defensive, courtesy of having 5 defense and a survivor. The reason I did that is because I am waiting for poison, and poison is going to be my offense. I am unflinchingly waiting for that. I'm a man of faith. Not really, but like, at the very least in this game, in these terms, I'm a man of faith. I'm gonna have poison, eventually, somehow. Can I please stop getting all of my defense in the same hand when my opponent's not attacking heavily? Thank you for giving me attacks in that hand. Gonna have to take a wee bit of damage this turn because otherwise the enemy is actually just gonna ramp all over the top of me and I'm never gonna kill them. I've been offered 3 sneaky strikes now. I just want you to know that. I want you to notice when I'm not around. Oddly Smooth Stone. At the start of each combat, gain 1 dex. Don't mind if I do. Serrated Needle. At the start of each combat, gain 5 plated armor. I have amazing relics. I have to tell you that. My relics could not be better. The support for my build, however, could scarcely be worse. Thanks to the plated armor, we are already defended. Taking it. I'm taking it. I need poison. Remove another card from my deck? Sure, strike. We need poison. Upgrade the poison. Runic Dodecahedron. If your HP is full, gain energy at the start of each turn. That is actually quite powerful. I'm going to upgrade another defend. Especially because my final fight is the Guardian, so I don't even want to play attack cards. I just want to get back to my poison as often as is humanly possible. That's my path to perfection in this fight, which I'm now not going to get. Maybe. Yeah, I can actually fully defend you from that. Wow. That's unexpected. And we didn't even get the debuff there. Heck yeah. I'm trying to make the deck thin enough that I can actually just run it off of that one. I can use a strike here. Just run it off of that one deadly poison and just continually playing that. That's ultimately going to be the goal of this deck. Beautiful. Catalyst and Burst are obviously quite impactful cards in this deck. So we'll keep an eye out for either of those. As you can see, weakness is also super significant. But Crippling Poison does not apply enough poison to justify its own cost. It does need a buff. It frankly does. Alright. And next turn, the enemy is dead. We've actually got a perfection in this fight. Well, Adrenaline is a deck thinner just by trade, so... This is really annoying, because we're going to build a small deck, and you can't take Calling Bell, because Calling Bell is so variable on the quality of the curses you get and the quality of the relics you get. Also, it's thickening up our deck, and also, if you are going to have 3 curses in a deck, you want to have a thicker deck, so that the impact of those curses is minimized, because you're not drawing them every single turn. So I guess I'm just taking Tiny House. Upgraded to Strike. I guess that's going to be the final strike I discard from my deck. Wonder if I take a single copy of All Out Attack just to have a bit of AoE for the next floor. Yeah, I should. I'm not happy about it, but I should. For instance, in this fight, it's going to make a significant difference. Actually fully blocked there. I am amazed. I'm going to need immediate impact in this fight, so I'm actually going to drink my potion there. Really? Bottom card of my deck is the all-out attack? Yeah, thanks for that one. Gotta be honest, not particularly pleased with that. I mean, each of these discard a different card in my hand, so... Frontliner is dead now, and the backline is 6 around for another turn. It took me a while to figure out that turn, but that was literally perfect. We take Sucker Punch. The weakness application is pretty important. I play a lot of skills in this deck, so I'm actually going to drink an Ancient Potion here to prevent the enemy from artifacting me. Sorry, from dazing me. And I'm preventing it via my artifact. Mm-hmm. Perfect. It's pretty important to me that I keep myself on maximum HP because this Runic Dodecahedron is actually just churning out a bunch of energy for me. It's kind of ridiculous. Beautiful. It's either Adrenaline or the all-out attack. Thank you. Thank you so much. I need to remove another card from my deck. Corpse Explosion is good, but I can't do anything about it right now. I'd really love if I could take Singing Bowl and card removal. I don't have enough poison in my deck to really take the Corpse Explosion right now, is why I can't take it. Trade the Adrenaline. There's a 3 elite path I might go down. I do need to remove the artifacting from the Spheric Guardian as soon as possible, and the primary reason for that is because the Spheric Guardian... I'm not going to get through that Spheric Guardian's armor, but I will quite easily be able to poison that Spheric Guardian. Beautiful. Thank you for dealing no damage to me. As though it's something we'd pre-agreed on. Excellent. Unfortunately, here I am going to take a weird bit of damage, and as a result, my runic dodecahedron is now deactivated for the rest of the fight. Well, not for the rest of the fight, but until I heal somehow. And that's not something we commonly do in the Silent class. After Image is a nice defensive card, but how many cards do I usually play in a turn? Well, I mean, I kind of usually play at least 3, if not Neutralize being one of them, so that's 4. So I guess it's just 4 block in a turn. Fine. It doesn't have to be ridiculous to be good, I guess. Like, I want to fight an elite, but my deck is still super weak. I have to dodge them. Second all-out attack. Memory, negate the next 2 curses you obtain. That's handy. 2 question marks and an elite. Yeah, let's go for that one. Sure. Hillary's Codex, at the end of your turn, choose between 1 of 3 random cards and shuffle it into your draw pile. Sure. I mean, maybe it gives me something good. Probably not, but maybe it does. But probably not. I'm not actually fully defended at the end of this turn unless I use the Survivor. So... let's be honest, most of my damage is going to be courtesy of poison. And I'm just going to be using my weakness to mitigate as much damage as the enemy. Really? Oh, no, I can play both of these. Fine. I have the energy for it. Adrenaline, sure. Anytime they put an adrenaline in my deck, I'm just going to take it. Or rather, offer me an adrenaline, I'm just going to take it. Don't discard the other one. Beautiful. Sure. Endless Agony is just 2 triggers of my thing I can't remember the name of. After Image, rather. 20 incoming damage. Bit rough. I don't need to weaken my enemy anymore right now. Like, they're going to be weakened until they're dead. Well, I mean, this is 9 damage, and this is 10 damage or 9 damage plus a weaken, so we'll go with the damage plus a weaken. Put a backstab in there. Beautiful. I'm actually going to perfect this fight. That's kind of ridiculous. Very unexpected for me. Bullet time. Our cards don't really cost that much. Reflex, we don't really have discard in the deck. And glass. Oh, that's not actually an end of thing offering. I didn't even need to consider that. Ninja Scroll. Start each combat with 3 shivs in hand. That's actually going to be really handy. When we've upgraded After Image becomes innate, so we always start with it in our opening hand. We play the After Image, and then we play 3 shivs, and we just get 3 block on the first turn. Dex Potion is super handy as well. Do I take a second Deadly Poison? I think I do, because the game isn't offering me anything to support the build that it wanted to give me at the start, and I'm kind of sad about it right now. Tiny Chest. Gain 30 gold. You're 10% more likely to find treasure in question mark rooms. So I'm trying to roll with the punches on this one. Woo! Noxious Fumes is really good there, but we don't want this fight to go long. And also, Noxious Fumes is unupgraded. Burst. I think I still have, yeah. I thought I had an Adrenaline still in there, but I don't. Sure. Catalyst. Do I have to heal that target? And now the backliner is going to inherit that damage. Put a burst in there. To burst nothing next turn. Don't mind if I do. I really wish I could take a lot of these cards, add them to my actual deck. My deck proper. Bye forever. None of those, though. It really depends on... Well, I mean, the cost of these doesn't matter, right? Because we're about to be confused, so crippling poison, sure. What I was going to say is that our success in here is going to be... Put that in the deck when you draw 5... No. Fine. Is going to be entirely dependent on whether or not we get good kind of numbers here. So far, we have. I mean, bullet time just means that whenever I draw a hand, all of it's going to be playable despite the weakness. Despite the confusion. My brain is just really not cooperating today. I know what some of you are going to say. Today? To which I'll respond, yeah, fair enough, good point. Alright. I chose to get Alchemized there just so I could eke out a free potion. Maybe Blur? Yeah, Blur super goes in this deck. I'm going to upgrade the Deadly Poison, and the primary reason behind that is because we're going to need it. Alright. Throw a weakness. Throw another weakness. And this is just so that I can finally get a goddamn poison off as soon as I can. I need poisons early and often. We weaken quite virulently is not the word I'm looking for. Frequently. What I'm looking for. Thank you for not discarding all out attack there. So 2 things are going to get taken from my deck here. Blur and probably Footwork, yeah. And they're going to be given back. Sure, I'm just going to weaken each of you, because both of you are going to be attacking eventually, at least. Are they going to be given back as soon as I kill those enemies? Nope, don't need any of that. Now, unfortunately, the big thing we're going to run into is that Bronze Automaton is going to get to a turn where it's just going to destroy me. As soon as it goes for its big hit, and it's, yep, about to do it, I don't really have much I can do about that. Yeah. Even with the Dex Potion, I wouldn't be blocking enough of this. So I just need to stack as much poison as possible. That's unfortunate. I don't get to perfect this boss. None of that, thank you. It is at this point just about poison stacking for us. It's really unfortunate, however, that we are ridiculously slow at it. I can't put anything that's not defending me in my deck right now because the next hit is another quite large one. Actually already defended. Heck yeah. Burst. Fuck yes. Yeah. We've got this. Burst, deadly poison, all-out attack, and game over. Hell yeah. Really unfortunate that we just took a wee bit of damage at the very end there. Not even that much. Poison potion's a nice pickup. I don't have any discard in the deck. Well, okay, except for the survivor. Can't really manipulate my draw well enough to use Grand Finale, and Glass Knife is not really part of this build. That's a shame. I'm going to take Runic Dome here, gain energy at the start of each turn. You can no longer see enemy intents. And the primary reason behind that is because we defend enough every single turn that... Ooh. All right, I've got one After Image, so I've not got that many powers, so the Awakened one isn't going to be too bad for us. What I was saying is we're going to be blocking first every turn. Like, that's our first priority anyway. So it doesn't really change how we play to have Runic Dome and not be able to see what's happening. And I'm fine to put poison on a non-primary target here because it is going to pass over to the primary target. Can they stop having 20 HP? That's literally the maximum they can have, and they keep having it. Because now I have to dedicate 3 attacks to them if I actually want to kill them in time. To prevent them from putting a bird in my deck. And that one's ended. Hell yeah. Endless Agony. I think with the way we play our deck, Footwork is actually powerful enough that we'll include it, despite the fact that the final boss on this floor is a counter to it. Especially because of how early we are on this floor. It's a lot more fine to do. That's my bad. Should have done that in a different order. Would have been able to save more block for this turn. That said, it is not going to matter. Okay, double deadly poison in the next hand. Unfortunately, not that much defense. Okay, still haven't taken damage. It is super important that I don't take damage, though. So that I can keep my Runic Dodecahedron high. Ooh, Expertise. Draw until you have 8 cards in hand. That's actually going to be super handy for us. Snecko Skull. Whenever you apply a poison, apply 1 additional poison. Could not be more important. No, I'm quite likely to go for another shop later if I go down the path I'm intending. Sure, we'll fight you for a relic. Okay. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, I'm pretty sure I'm about to take damage. No, I didn't. Hell yeah. All right, all right, all right. Should be good here then too. And this is going to help me be good for the next turn. Beautiful. That expertise is really helping us get back to the blur, which is the real powerhouse of this deck. Much in the same way that the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Just gonna make sure that I defend just in case I have a burn in hand, which I do, and we defended, and the enemy dies. Beautiful. We keep our bonus from the runic dodecahedron. Look, so I passed down Dead Branch on the March 25th, 2018 daily. And I failed that daily. I lost. And a lot of it was because I couldn't generate enough value. And then I went back in my spare time and I played through that daily again just casually, and I picked up Dead Branch and I had a ridiculous hell of a time. So you know what? I'm going to take Dead Branch. And I think for like the next 5 times it shows up, regardless of whether it's good in my deck or not, I'm going to take Dead Branch because people really want me to take Dead Branch. And you know what? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe. I think I have good reasoning why I don't take it a lot of the time, but, you know, I would think that, wouldn't I? Oh, God, we're going to have a lot of cards in our opening hands. Concentrate's actually quite good here. Or rather, Concentrate could be good here, courtesy of the fact that it'll help me discard the burns, but also I'm going to have a lot of cards in hand a lot of the time, because a lot of my cards generate more cards. Take that, I die. Not only is it an exhaust card, but it's actually a good lot of damage there. Can you please stop putting burns in my deck? Like, this is actually way too much right now. Just so you're aware, they did nothing for the first 2 turns but put burns in my deck. That's why I'm saddened. Well. This fight wasn't good. Bag of marbles at the start of each combat, apply 1 vulnerability to all enemies. That's handy. We have a lot of attacks in our opening hands. We don't have a bunch of energy, so I don't really want to take Predator or Dash. Kunai is actually super interesting. Every time we play 3 attacks in a turn, gain a dex. And our opening turn, we do that. We do that. Panache, we would only ever really be able to trigger in our opening hand, and also it'll make the end boss stronger. But I'll take Kunai. I was intending on removing a card when I got to that shot, but Kunai works. Heal 19 HP and take Cursed Writhe rather. And Omamori negates the curse. Sure. Bottle Tornado. Upon pickup, choose a power card. It'll be on your opening hand. I mean, if I put After Image on my opening hand, it is effectively like upgrading it. It becomes innate. But that's really good also. So, sure. I'm going to dodge an Elite here because I'm still really not particularly enthused about the strength of our deck right now. Storm Steel, discard all of that. And then let's get a whole new hand of all this trash. bullet time. A nightmare, a bouncing flask. That bouncing flask isn't going to cost 0 next turn. That's my bad. Did that in the wrong order. I should have used setup on the flying knee and then unload, because then I also would have been able to use the stab there. I'm probably fully protected this turn anyway. Yeah. So let's just get a bunch of poison out. Storm of Steel, let's get wacky. Wacky engaged. I mean, I'm not sure that was better than a turn I would have had, but it's definitely wackier than a turn I would have had. Catalyst is huge. Wee bit more damage there, not a huge fan. And the enemy's dead. Oh, it's fine as it is. Dodge and roll is actually huge because of the extra decks we have in the deck. We should upgrade footwork. Noxious Fumes is really powerful. I'm mad that I have to take it here. Sure, we'll lose an all-out attack. It was an upgraded version. Enter the portal, immediately travel to the boss. So this is a new event that I've seen once before in my warm-up run. Before you is a sight that seems out of place in an alien landscape around you. Strangely placed in one of the walls of the beyond is enclosed a stone entrance filled with a swirling magic portal. You aren't sure where it leads, but maybe it could speed your journey through the Spire. So, should I skip this space where I could upgrade my thing, or should I go straight to the boss? Difficult decision! Careful and cautious seems the better approach for reaching the top of the Spire. Ignoring the portal, you move on. I actually don't really like that event, unless there's some hidden catch to it that I'm not seeing. To me, oftentimes, it seems not that great. That's just me, though. Feel free to disagree and be correct. I actually don't really generate shivs with this build often, so that accuracy is probably not that great for us. Really wish I had a weaken available right now, but kind of not really being that forthcoming. Thankfully, we're still taking no damage. Yeah, there's a weaken. That front line is dead this turn and then starts passing its poison off. Right. I think I'm well defended this turn as well. Beautiful. We may perfect this boss. This is the kind of equilibrium we wanted to get to. There's my footwork that I really want to play, but I shouldn't play it yet. There's my catalyst I really want to play, and I shouldn't play it yet. I haven't got defense in this hand. This is garbage. Another catalyst, sure. Okay, good. Now our goal is just weaken and poison the ever-loving hell out of this target. Beautiful. That would have been the worst turn for us, and we survived it fine. I'll take the distraction. My hero was really hoping I was going to kill him before he actually hit me. Oh well. So I'll just set up a bunch of defense this turn. Burst in my deck, sure. Right. Distraction. Burst adrenaline. Ooh, burst bouncing flask. Hell yeah! Get that poison. And I'll make sure to sucker punch here because I still haven't weakened you. Storm of Steel, beautiful. Fully defend myself, and the enemy's just gonna die in no time. Alright. I'm gonna let the game dictate what goes on here. Exhausts gives me something. Gives me something that also itself exhausts. Sludge isn't good. Take a backstab. Alright, can I get one of those handy dandy? Ooh. Distraction as well, don't mind if I do. Homelays. Seems like one of the best things I can do. I was thinking, excuse me, of getting a catalyst. But the game doesn't seem entirely intent on letting that show up. I know I could have killed that turn, but I just want to watch the life drain out of the enemy's eyes as they realize the inevitability of their own doom. You know, like a non-psychopath. 869 damage is dealt to the enemy. We've got one perfect and one champion. Yeah, that seems about right. That deck was quite defensive, but it really took a lot of time before it had an offensive punch to it. And the offensive punch primarily came from Snecko's Skull and just stacking deadly poisons. And, of course, removing everything else just so that I could cycle back to those deadly poisons as often as possible. Would have been real nice if I had a Noxious Fumes earlier than on the last floor. But, you know, I'm not going to be that picky. For the moment, my name has been Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. Hopefully you have been enjoying yourselves, and hopefully we'll see you next time.